Dang!
I sure hope that didn't stay in the tree. It did. You son of a bitch!
Actually, originally we tried a basketball out there, and the ground was hard, but not hard enough for a ball to bounce out there, for a basketball to bounce. And we actually decided on coming up with a 4-square ball, which is a dodgeball. If you don't know what a 4-square ball is, same difference.
I like to take a lot of credit for pushing that ball, because I know for a fact, now I don't remember exactly who, if it was Jared or Rob or who, really wanted to go, and lots of people that came out there really wanted to go with a regular basketball. That's what they played court ball with all the time and all day long. And I really always pushed that rubber ball, that 4-square ball is what I would call it.
On the 4-square ball, I think it was, you know, easier to handle, easier to palm, obviously, as opposed to an actual basketball. It ended up working out pretty nicely using that ball. Obviously, there were some drawbacks to it as far as the bounce to it. You know, trying to dribble on a dirt, you know, ground floor to a court with a ball like that, obviously with the divots in the floor and everything like that, or in the ground, caused some issues as far as dribbling goes or passing.
What made the 4-square ball a lot of fun was its unpredictability. I mean, it could bounce anywhere, and with the court itself, like I explained before, the court slants from north to south. I mean, and there's a lot of rough patches out there. I mean, sometimes you're playing on actual dirt, sometimes you're playing on the grass. The ball could take unpredictable bounces, and it would just make for a more interesting game with the 4-square ball.
Basically, it had lots of bounce to it. A lot of people couldn't hold on to the ball or palm the ball, but the 4-square ball, they were able to hold on to it. And basically, it gave you more movement with the ball. You could throw it around, throw your arms around, hold in your hand, and not have to worry about it. And that came to be what we used. We went through a ton of balls out there with them, but they seemed to work the best, and they bounced high enough where you could bounce it off the ground and let somebody go up and dunk it.
It was a little different. It's hard to get used to using that kind of ball to play the game. The bounce is kind of a lot different. Just dribbling took a little while to get used to, and then the actual touch of shooting took a while to get used to. Couldn't quite ever get it down.
You're still playing basketball, but it just added a little twist to the game, which is a little bit, you know, unexpected. You were always on your toes, not knowing what that ball was going to do, and that created a lot of memorable highlights and great plays out there. And I think that's partly what added to the game. You'd show up there, and it wasn't just you were playing basketball on a dirt, grass ground or floor with 2 short baskets. You know, there were rich people that had that, but we had this basketball we used. When people showed up, it changed the game. It made it unexpected.
Nice job, Barker. That's way to use your head there.
The best part about it was that everybody didn't have an advantage. Everybody was equal because we played on uneven ground. I think the north side was uphill, where we were playing with a kickball where it was rubber, where the true bounce wasn't a true bounce. I mean, you could be dribbling up and down wherever you want, and all of a sudden, boom, the ball shoots off to the right.
Shooting was not always easy. Obviously, you have a smaller ball going into a pretty big size rim, but if you do hit the rim, there's a pretty good chance you're going to miss the shot. So it wasn't the easiest thing to shoot out there all the time. You kind of saw a pretty big streak shooting from everybody. But as far as kind of what we're looking for with the court, you know, obviously it was about dunking and about showmanship and, you know, all-star play. So for that aspect, it really added to the overall kind of showmanship that you could pull off using a ball that you could kind of easily palm and easily toss around.